Hello, friends. It's me again, or if you flip it around, it's Em again. Can you smell spring in the air, my friends? The official arrival of spring is just around the corner, and even if we don't know that by looking at the calendar, all the sure signs of spring are in the air. In Chicago, we've already had our first 70-degree day, which was promptly followed by a snowstorm within 48 hours. We've also sprung ahead, which of course is that somewhat controversial practice of changing our clocks and gaining an extra hour of daylight at night. People have varying opinions on that practice, but having an extra hour of daylight in the evening is always a sure sign of spring to me. And the last but not least, when it comes to signs of spring, is of course the St. Patty's Day parade. I'm not really much of a parade goer these days, but there is something quite unique about looking at the Chicago River and seeing it dyed Kelly green. Everybody gets to be Irish for a day, and it can also be rather humorous to watch people wandering around the streets inebriated by the late morning, early afternoon. Chicago. While spring sparks joy in the hearts of many, including me, it also brings up something that's not quite as comfortable for me to deal with. For many years now, I've struggled with the change of seasons as it relates to living with multiple sclerosis. It's fairly common for people with MS to have a hard time processing the seasonal changes, particularly the ones from winter to spring and fall to winter. It's always a much harder adjustment for me going from winter to spring, though. Over the years, lots of research has been done to try to discover more about the challenges that people who live with MS face as it relates to change of seasons. Heat typically can increase the intensity of exacerbations, which can lead to a temporary worsening of MS symptoms. For those of you who are less familiar with the technical aspects of MS, basically it's an autoimmune disease which attacks the nerve fibers. In layman's terms, MS affects the nerve fibers' ability to send their electric signals to the brain, the spinal cord, and other areas of the body. The symptoms can be a wide range of symptoms. The result can be a wide range of symptoms, which can vary greatly from patient to patient, the most common of which are movement problems, chronic pain, vision problems, cognitive issues, and excessive fatigue. I'm really fortunate when it comes to not having to deal with too many problems as it relates to movement or vision. I don't really deal with a lot of chronic pain. The trade-off is that I have plenty of cognitive issues, and there are times when I have to deal with excessive fatigue, especially during change of seasons. For many years, I struggled mightily with the fatigue that I had to deal with during change of seasons. Most of you who know me well enough know that some of the ways that I have addressed living with MS is to make sure that I live a very active life. It's super important for me to work out on a regular basis. I love my cycling. I love my yoga. I love to meet with my awesome personal trainer, Matt. I love to get out and do things with friends and family. I've always been a person who wanted to be on the go. When I get whacked by excessive fatigue, it literally throws me out of my rhythm. When I get out of my rhythm, I have a tendency to really struggle. And then, of course, when I can't do as many things as I like to do, I start to get inside my own head. Like many of you, I have a tendency to judge myself as not being good enough or strong enough when I can't do as many things as I would like to do. Do you ever do that to yourself, my friends? Do you ever judge yourself as not being good enough or not pushing yourself hard enough? An interesting thing has happened over the last few years, though, as it relates to my adjustment to the change of seasons. I've come to a better understanding of the cycles that my body goes through. As human beings, we have a tendency to want things to be constant and consistent all the time. But that's not the way things are. Humans by nature are cyclical beings. We have to be able to be fluid with the rhythms of the day, the rhythms of the month, and the rhythms of the year. So as we go through the change of seasons now, I allow myself to rest. It's really just as simple as that. Instead of pushing my way through the change of seasons, I go to bed earlier and I sleep in later. I take a few things off my to-do list and I spend a little bit more time at home on the couch watching Netflix, reading a book, or even taking a nap. I allow myself to go with the rhythm of things instead of trying to live out of alignment with my true nature. And this doesn't just apply to living with MS, my friends. This is actually a wonderful strategy to live by in all situations. When we accept the ebb and flow of things in life, it's a lot easier to be at peace with things as they are. And the way I see it, our entire planet could use all the extra peace it can get right now. Well, that's it for this month, friends. I hope you're enjoying these monthly video blogs. Feel free to forward these to any friends that you think might enjoy them. Also, please reach out if there's anything that I can do to help you. I love to share my message, and I'm happy to do it with your group, organization, or even just one-on-one. Ciao, ciao for now.